So today we'll see how to sort our data using Excel. See here, we are going to use this data and we are going to sort it. Usually, people sort by applying filters. That's not the way. Okay, you can select the data entirely. You have a shortcut to apply. Alt D yes. So when you give this, it will show you the data over here. Now let me delete these levels. Now this is how your custom sort window will look like. Now you're going to add a level over here and then you're saying based on which column you want to filter your data. Even before you do this, you have to check for the options over here. Excel allows us to sort data in two ways. One is top to bottom, the other is left to right. You can also sort your data in this format. Columns can also be sorted, not only rows. And now if I choose sort top to bottom, this is one of the most commonly used methods. I'll add a level. See, I'll say sort by any column name over here. See, these column names will appear only when you have kept my data has headers as checked. Only if you keep it checked, you're going to see this. Otherwise, it will show you like this. It will show you the column headers, not the headers of the table that you have. Now, after you have given that, you're going to choose based on which column you are going to sort the data here. Let me choose product over here. Sort on what you can sort your data, whether it is values, color, font color, conditional formatting icon. So these are the things that are available to us to sort our data over here. So now, after I choose that, I want to sort my data based on the values present in it. Next, I'll say whether it has to be sorted ascending or descending. There is also another option to choose a custom order. I'll give that example at the end. Now, this is how we want to sort our data. I'll just click OK. Now you can see your entire data is sorted based on the product column. Now, when I say sort data based on product column, it is not going to sort only the product column. It is going to sort all the rows over here. See, all the rows and all the columns based on the values present in product column. So it doesn't hold good, or your data is gone into a toss if it sorts only data present in this column, because this entire row is one record. So if you observe it carefully, this record is saying on 19th Feb 2016, James sold 456 units of glue guns and he achieved 10,944. He sold it to a enterprise customer type in East region. That is one single record over here. Now, if any one part of this record is changed, that means the information is wrong. So you need to be really careful. That's the reason you need to select the entire data even before you sort it, so that all columns are considered while sorting your data. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. We saw how to apply sort on a text value. Suppose I choose a column with numeric value. Let's say I will go here. I'll choose a column with units or sales. Those two columns have got numbers here. I'll just choose that. Again, I want to sort on values. I want to sort it in descending order. Let's say I'll choose smallest to largest to smallest. Now, based on the column that you choose and what values present in that column, even the order will change. Previously, when I selected product, see, you saw Z to A to Z. Now, if I choose sales or units, it will show me largest to smallest or smallest to largest. Now, whichever I want to, I'll provide that order here. I want to arrange it in descending order now. I'll say OK. Now it is arranged based on the sales column. The entire data is arranged based on the sales column over here. And it is arranged in descending order. You can see that. So this is one thing. And again, if you want to sort based on dates, you need to choose a column with dates over here. And again, you need to choose whether ascending or descending order. It's all left to you. So I've arranged it in ascending order over here. So this is how you apply sort on your data in a very simple manner. So now we'll see how to sort our data based on the color present in it. See, when I say color, there are two types. One is font and the other is cell color. You can choose to sort based on both or any one of them. So first of all, you need to select the data here. Alt DS, you'll get the window. See, I've already sorted and let me remove it. See, let's say you need to first choose a column which has got color in it, either font color or cell color, whichever you want. I want to sort on product column based on the font color it has got. I'll choose product and say sort on. Now it's not based on the values. We are going to choose it based on the cell color or font color. As soon as you choose color over here, either cell or font, you will see all those font colors appearing here. If you have chosen cell colors will appear here. It lists out all those colors available in that column. Now we have black, brown, red and green. These are the colors that we have got. Next, where do you want to sort it? Now if you're choosing only any one color, let's say I want to see the red font on top. Only the red font will be sorted on top. Rest of them will be as it is. Let me show you. See, only red font will appear on top. You can see the rest of the font will be mixed only. It's not going to get sorted. Now, if I want all colors to be arranged in a particular format, say again, you will say copy level because rest all the values are same. Only the color has to be changed. I'll say copy level. Then the next one I would like to see is black. Again, copy level. I want to see brown. In the end, I would like to see green, let's say. In the same order, it will be arranged. You can say that green is at the end. So if you keep scrolling up, you will see brown, after black, then you see red. And that's how it will be arranged. If it is based on the font color. Now let me jumble it. I would like to sort based on the cell color. Let's say for that, I'll first jumble it. Currently it is all sorted. I'll choose a column which will let me, mix up the colors. Now you can see that. So now I'll again select. So this time I'll say choose column salesperson name, sort on cell color. See, as soon as you chose cell color, you can see the cell colors that are available in that column first. Now, which color do you wish to see on top? You'll select that first. Next, you will follow the same thing that we did for font colors. You're just going to list out all of them. If you wish to see only a particular color, you can keep only that. Or if you want to arrange all colors like this, you will give the order and it will get arranged in that manner. Whatever order you provide, based on that, it is going to arrange the data here. See, for this data to be arranged in a custom order, we have a separate list here. I want this data to get arranged based on this list. Now, for this to happen, I need to create a custom list of these values. So to create that, you need to go to File tab, choose Options, select advanced and scroll down until you find general section. So we have got general section now. We will click on edit custom list. And then see, I've already created it. I can show you again. So to create a new list, if it is already present in Excel, you can import it, or you can just go and enter the values over here one by one. You can give that. Now we already have the values, so I'll go here and select the values and click on import. Now this list is imported and we have created a custom list out of this. Say okay, another okay. After this is done, again, we are going back, we are choosing the columns that needs to be sorted and say all DS. So here we are going to choose sort left to right. We are sorting the columns over here. And we need to choose based on which row we need to arrange the columns. That's the topmost row. Only in the order we are going to change to custom list. We are not arranging it in ascending or descending order. We are providing our own custom order. So based on which list do you want to sort it, you're going to choose from here. Click on it, it gets arranged. So you can sort based on the custom list, not only for columns, you can also do it for rows as well. If you want to provide a custom order, you can do so. For rows also, that is top to bottom sorting. I showed you an example for sorting columns. You could also do it for rows over here. Now we'll see an advanced sorting technique here. So actually there's nothing advanced over here. We are only using a sorting technique to insert blank rows after every row of data over here. I am using the shortcut, I am using the trick using sorting techniques. How to get this done? See, as per the example, they want us to insert 3 blank rows after every row of data, like this. We are supposed to do this after every row of data. So to do this manually, it will take a very long time. So what I'll do, I'm going to use a trick with the sorting technique. So for this, you just have to observe carefully. I'll provide some serial number like this. So till the end, you are going to provide numbers for each row with data over here. After you have numbered it, you are going to create copies of the same numbers, one below the other, based on the number of blank rows that you require. So currently we want 3 blank rows. So I'll copy this. I'll paste it 3 times, one below the other. Once, twice, thrice. After I have pasted, I'm going to select the entire data over here. Entire thing. And I'm going to sort it. So sort based on the last column where we provide numbers. So here I'll say either ascending or descending. You can give any order you wish to and click on OK. Now you can see 3 blank rows appearing after every row of data over here. This is just a trick. Now if you want 5 blank rows, you will paste 5 times, one below the other. We wanted 3, so we gave 3. If we want 2, you're going to paste it only twice there. So yeah.
So, but on the entire numerics will be 4.
So now we'll see how to apply auto filters. See, auto filters are used to see only a specific data which satisfies our condition. If sorting is to arrange the data, filtering is to only look at the specific data that we want. Now, even for this, you should always make sure you have selected the entire data before applying filters. So there is a lot of misconception that you can apply filters just by selecting the top headers. See, what happens is, if at all you have any blank row in between, and after that you have any data over here, this will not be considered. This data will not be considered if you apply filters only on the headers. So to overcome these things, we recommend all our students to select the entire data even before you apply filters. Now, after selecting the data, we provide a shortcut. This is Control Shift L or Alt DFF. There are two shortcuts to apply filters. You can use either of them, Alt DFF or Control Shift L. Both of them will work. I have provided Control Shift L over here. You can see the filters have been applied. Now, even filters will get to know what type of data is present in the column. If it is text, it will show you text. See, it shows text filters here. If it is numbers, you can see number filters over here. And if it is date, you will see date filters over here. So now, basically, apart from these text, number and date filters, if we want to filter any particular value, we will just go and directly choose a value from this. This is very simple. We'll do it on this. Even for choosing one or two values more than that, we can just go and select a checkbox. Now, what if I have multiple values over here and I want to give that condition based on some option that is available here. Now here we have only 4 unique values to filter. So you can directly go and choose. Now what if you have many? In order to filter such types, we should use text filters. See, it will provide us so many options over here. Now if you say equals and provide a value, it is same as going and selecting the checkbox. Now if you say does not equal to, it is same as saying does not equal to north. So rest of them will be displayed. Apart from north, all of them will be displayed. If you use does not equal to. Now the important one is these things. Begins with, ends with, contains. See, begins with, you can provide a character or some small text which indicates the text starting from these characters needs to be filtered. Now suppose I'll say begins with N and click on OK. See, only north is filtered now. Now suppose if I use ends with instead of that, ends with, I'll say all values that end with ST, I want to filter. So east and west are two values which will end with ST. You can provide such patterns to filter multiple data. So this was regarding the position of the characters. It is being specific. It should be in the beginning or in the ending. Suppose you don't want to specify the position of those characters, you can say contains. Contains will filter all such values which contain these characters. Now if I say all values which contain E in it has to be filtered and click OK. West and east, both of them will be filtered. Again, I can say yes over here, contains yes, and click OK. East, west, south, all three values contain yes over here. So you will see all of them. All those values will be displayed for you. East, west, south, and you also got to see east over there. So likewise, you can use text filters to get such results if you have multiple unique values over there. So that was about text filters. Let me take by number. Now suppose I have some numerical data and I want to filter based on numerical data that I have in the table. And say Control Shift L. We'll go here. You can choose any column on which you want to apply filter. I'll check the sales. Usually, while filtering numerical value, we don't say equal to 500, equal to 123. So we usually say between 500 to 1000, greater than 5000, less than 200. So we'll provide a range of numbers. we usually don't specify equal to a specific number here. And you have got all that over here. We'll see one by one. So equals does not equals, you know already. It's the same for numbers also. I'll say greater than. So any number that is greater than 5,000, all those numbers have to be filtered from. You can see it has filtered all values that is greater than 5,000 over here. In the same manner, you can also use greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. These things are going to work in the same manner. I'll show you how between has to be used. So here it says value is greater than or equal to the one that you provide here, and say all values between 1000 to 3000. Only those values I want to see. And click OK. Only those values will be displayed. So you can provide a range of numbers like that.
Ma'am, just a second. When you are showing that between, can't be like that it will be in both cases greater than, or it should be one greater than and one less than.
It should be one greater than and one should be less than.
Okay.
How it can be both greater than?
No, I'm telling is greater than 1000 and is greater than 100. Okay, understood.
It's
Okay.
all the same, no?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it is, yeah. So that's how it works.
Okay.
Keep yourself on mute. So in the same manner, if I wish to check only top 10 values, okay, this is based on ranking. If a particular value, the highest value is repeating 10 times, all those 10 rows will be that one or more than that also. So let me show you top 10 or top 5. You can also choose bottom. So it will show you those values over here. And you also have option to choose items and percent. Items are numbers, percent for percentage value. And say top 5, you can see values are repeating over here. So all those values that are repeating is available. Now let me remove the filter. And say clear filter. I'll mention a value somewhere 15,000. And somewhere over here 17,654, something like this. Now if I apply this, you check the values, top 5. I'll click OK. You can see the number range has changed. 15,017 and this one is up here. So whichever is the topmost values, it will take that and it will show as top 5. Even if the numbers are repeating over there, it's going to fill those positions also.
And in that case, 17,000 should be at top.
We haven't sorted. We are only filtering, Devashri.
Okay.
When you sort it, as you said, see, I'll sort it largest to smallest. Now it will get arranged like that. Filtering only shows you the rows which have got values in it. It doesn't arrange for you.
It doesn't ascend or descends. Yeah.
Yes. So we have filtering by dates as well. This is more extensive, I can say. So if we go here, I'll choose dates. You can see a huge list of options here. You can filter dates based on these options. So you have day wise, date wise, week wise, month wise, quarter wise, year wise. You can choose all these things. Or if you wish to filter it based on the date occurring in a particular period, let's say I want all dates occurring in February, only Feb values will be displayed. So I can't say today, tomorrow, yesterday because this data is of 2016. If I say today, it will take my current system date. Now it will show me only when there is a current date available in the data. If not, it doesn't. The same thing goes to tomorrow, yesterday also. Next week, this week. So this data is very old, so I can't use these options. But in case you have that kind of data, you could use all these options and get it done. So last year, this year, before, after, you can use all these things to filter the dates over here. You have a very huge list of options here. I say quarter one, show me all dates that fall in quarter one. So those are the options for filtering dates. Now suppose this top to bottom we saw there in number filters. You can also filter data based on colors. When you filter, you can see only one color at a time. You can't see all colors. Filtering means you're seeing only a particular one. Correct? So we'll go by filter. If you have font color, it will show you filter by font color. If you have cell color, it will show you filter by cell color. And if I want to see this, it will only filter cells with that color. That's how you apply filter. See over here we have font color. I'll choose this. So to show me only those rows. That's the thing. I will choose subtotals over here. This is the very useful option, I can say. Suppose I throw a question at you saying, what is the total sales achieved by James in the month of March? Now for calculating it all to get those values, you'll first filter. You'll say filter date. I'll choose March month. And I'll choose the salesperson name as James over here. So now I want to calculate the total sales he achieved in the month of March. So when I select this column, I'll be able to see that in the status bar, it is 1609967. That's the value. I'll make a note of it. 1609967. This is the value. But as soon as I remove selection on these cells, the value also disappears. I want this value to be physically appear in one of the cells over here. Now for this to happen, I need to use subtotals. I can't use sum function. I'll show you why. I'll use sum over here. See, I'll use sum and use subtotal. You'll see the change. So here I'll use sum function. And I'll apply sum on the entire sales column. I'll use subtotal. So you can get the subtotal based on various functions. You can choose which function you want the subtotal on. I want to use sum. I'll choose 9. Function number is 9 for sum. And on which data you want to apply sum, you're going to select it entire. So now you have to keep this in mind. You should provide subtotal function in a place where it doesn't get filtered. Second, it should not be applied when the filters are on. Filters should be removed before applying subtotal. Only after you provide subtotal, you have to apply filters. Now let's go here. We have given subtotal. Now we are applying filters again. I'll again filter the same thing. Go here, I'll choose James. Over here, I'll choose March, only March value. So you can see these two values are matching. But this one has not changed. Can you see this?
Yeah. Sum is constant.
Some I have given it wrong. It should be from G8. Some will never change. Some will not, leave behind hidden cells. It will consider that also. But subtotal will not apply the sum function on hidden cells. It will ignore them. That's the difference. when you filter, rows which doesn't satisfy our condition will be hidden. We don't want those rows to be considered at the time of adding. So for that to happen, we are using subtotal. If you use sum, whether you apply filter or not, it is always going to give you the total of that column, irrespective of the state of the cell, whether it is hidden or visible. It's going to add it. Clear?
In case when I'm applying the sum, madam, in that filter should not be there.
Now, even if you apply filter, Debashri, it is going to give you the constant value only. It's not going to change. Whether you clear filter or you apply filter, sum will not change. It will only affect subtotal function, because subtotal will count or will apply the function that you have provided, be it sum, count, average, anything. It will apply that function only on visible cells. It doesn't take into account hidden cells.
Okay.
Okay, so subtotal is used for that. And if you change the filter now, suppose I'll say what is the sales he has done in the east region. It will filter further and it will give me the value. As and when you change filters, subtotal will give me the value. So it's quite dynamic. Sum doesn't change like that. It will be constant. You understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
So I'll end the session here, Debashri. I hope you understood all the topics today.
Yeah, this is fine, ma'am. We just shared the special, that one the other day before
Yeah, I'll do that.
Previous week. I hope that you have the solved one, madam.
That's nothing to solve. You have to just apply those.
Yeah. So you're showing something. Yeah.
There's nothing to solve. You have to use those. It's just like paste special, Debashri.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't solve it for you. You have to check the options,
no,
how it's going to work.
I was not asking solve, man. You were showing certain examples. So I will apply that on that examples only, that time.
Yeah. I'll be sharing that.
Okay. And you do share this one's means teaching.
Video you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be sharing that also.
Yeah.
Okay, Devashri. Bye. Good night.
Ma'am. Bye. Yeah, good night. See you next ma'am, Saturday 7.
Yeah, next Saturday. Yes. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.